All right, fifth graders, welcome back to my class. Today is Tuesday, the 24th. Let's change that. Today we are doing lesson 11.5. In 11.5, you're going to do the lesson and the spiral review. Make sure you do both front and back. That spiral review will count as your warm-up for the day. All right, hopefully we're getting into the hang of this. It's now been a few days, so we are should be going strong at this point. So we are learning about volume today. When I talk about geometry, there's two important concepts that we need to learn. One is area, okay? If I have a shape, usually when I'm talking about area, I'm talking about a two-dimensional measurement. A measurement for a two-dimensional shape. So area is the two-dimensional shape. It's the amount of space that is inside. Okay. On a rectangle, I find the area by multiplying length and width together. Area equals length times width. If the length of this rectangle is 6, the width of this rectangle is 5. I would do 6 times 5 to get 30. If I'm talking inches here, it would be 30 inches. With area, I'm going to put squared. The little 2 squared means that you are talking two dimensions. In this case, it is length and width. Okay, today we're not looking at area though, we're looking at volume, which is something a little bit different. Okay, volume is the area of a 3D shape. So instead of length and width, I'm adding one more dimension, which is now height. To find volume, because I added one more dimension, it means I have to do one more step. So volume for a 3D shape, we're going to be working with prisms, is going to be your length times width times height. Okay, if the length is 5, the width is 3, and the height is 3, and we're talking inches here, I'm going to do 5 times 3 times 3. So 5 times 3 is 15, 15 times 3 is 45. Make sure to label it. In this case, it's inches. So I put inches, but it's not squared like area. I'm not doing 2 dimensions, I'm doing 3 dimensions, 1, 2, 3. So I'm actually going to put a small 3 there, or a cubed sign to let you know that I am talking about a 3-dimensional object, length, width, and height. Okay, let's talk about your lesson. For your lesson today, it's going to kind of start you out simple. I like to always show you kind of the end before we get started, because you are going into 6th grade next year. We'll spend a lot of time with volume using that formula. Okay, so on your practice page today, you will have some 3D shapes. Basically what they're going to do is they're going to give you a 3D shape. They're really nice today. They break it into cubes. All you have to do today is you need to count how many cubes make up that shape. So, kind of a bad drawing, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes make up that shape, so my answer would be 4. Let me show you with manipulative here. Okay, so I've made, oh boy, technical difficulties. All right, so I've made a cube out of wood blocks. Basically, your homework is asking you, well, Mr. Bauer, how many wood blocks does it take to make that cube? So I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4 in front, and 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back. Total cubic units would be 8 in this case. Okay, right here, can everybody see that? 4 in the front, 4 in the back, put them together, I make my cube. Okay. We are also going to do 1 page of station work today. This should be in your packet if you picked it up at the school, or it should be in your digital packet if you're going off of the online information. This is challenge station, so I am going to challenge you just a little bit, but only a little. So on your homework, you're going to count the cubes. Piece of cake. On your station work, we're going to take it a step further. I think you guys can do it. You're all very smart. So I want you to find the volume of several different prisms. Now remember, finding volume, simple, especially when I'm dealing with a prism. And I say when I'm dealing with a prism because you could have something like a cylinder. We can still find the volume of a cylinder, but we're not going to use the same formula that I'm using for prisms. In 5th grade, we just look at like cubes and prisms, and so the volume equation that we use is just going to be length times width times height. Okay, looking at your challenge, I've got A. I'm going to do one for you on the board. Okay, I've got a 3D prism, looks something kind of like this. Okay, it has a measurement of 4 centimeters, 2 centimeters, and 1 centimeter. How nice are they to put that one there? Okay, I'm going to follow my formula. I'm going to plug in what I know. So volume is length, which is 4, times width, which is 1, and it's okay if you mix the numbers up a little bit because you're really just going to multiply all 3, times your height, which is 2. Okay, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. My volume is going to be 8. I label that centimeters. And again, remember to add the cube because you're talking in cubic units, length, width, and height. Okay, that's basically it for today. On your station work, all of the measurements of the math, it's going to be length times width times height. It's the same thing basically for all of them. So get used to that. Make sure you label it correctly. I look forward to receiving your work. I'll check it out. I know you guys will do great. All right, I'm out. Have a wonderful day.